or inclusiveness and tolerance, and Sadhana, our namesake, which is faith in action. So that's what we're all about. But today, I think that we really rid ourselves of all our different backgrounds and our organizations because we're here in solidarity for one purpose, and that is to remember a really great individual who changed the landscape of our country for the better. And that's why we can sit here and coexist in the way that we are coexisting today, regardless of the colors of our skin or the various beliefs that we hold dear to us. So today we're here to build on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream, and I'm glad to be here. So thank you, Habitat, for having us. I was asked to reflect a bit on Hinduism's influence on Dr. Martin Luther King, so I'd like to do that a bit this morning. Going into this, I knew that Mahatma Gandhi's principles and his ways of going about social change did influence Dr. King in many-fold ways, but I didn't know a lot other than just that. So I did a simple Google search, and I found, interestingly enough, that in 1959, at the very critical point of when the civil rights movement was just beginning to take heat here in America, Dr. King actually made a trip around the world to India, which is something I myself haven't even done as someone who traces my roots to that country, but he made a trip there because he was so influenced and so impacted by Gandhi's work, and he wanted to see it in practice. And he said, when having gone there in his autobiography, that Gandhi did represent the guiding light of the way he went about the American civil rights movement. And in a radio broadcast, he said, "Since being in India, I'm more convinced than ever before that the method of nonviolent resistance is the most potent weapon available to oppressed people in their struggle for justice and human dignity. In a real sense, Mahatma Gandhi embodied in his life certain universal principles that are inherent in the moral structure of the universe, and these principles are as inescapable as the law of gravity." And then he further said that this act of ahimsa, which is nonviolence, is the only logical and moral approach to the solution of the race issue in America. And it's important to note that Gandhi got these principles from Hinduism, and ahimsa actually showed up in our ancient Hindu scriptures, like in the Vedas and also in the Upanishads. And so you'll see that lots of great individuals have a foundational basis in faith or in some sort of supreme belief in God or a higher being. And I think in analyzing this, I think that this propels them to do the work that they've done in the past and has really marked them in the historical texts that we read as young kids in social studies classes. All these people have had some sort of foundational basis. And so I guess you could say I'm a singer in my Hindu temple, and I wanted to just sing a line of bhajan, which is a Hindu hymn that Gandhi was known to have been one of his favorites among many others. And you'll see that this is directly parallel to Martin Luther King's philosophy as well. So, excuse me, my voice is a little shaky this morning, but just one line. Ishwar Allah, tero naam, sabko sanmati de Bhagwan. And that's saying, so you'll hear the words here, Ishwar, Allah, Bhagwan. Those are all different ways of just saying the word God. And Gandhi believed that religion really transgressed different backgrounds, and it wasn't about who we were as the different sets of religions, but it's about our general idea of the way the world should be. And Martin Luther King Jr., when he returned from his trip to India, he actually came back to the pulpit because he was a reverend, and he's told his congregation very similar words. He said, "Oh God, our gracious Heavenly Father, we call you this name. Some call thee Allah, some call you Elohim, some call you Jehovah, some call you Brahma." So Dr. King also recognized the importance of coexistence. And so today, I acknowledge that we are all very different people. We come from different backgrounds. But we're here, and we use our backgrounds as a means not to divide, not to conflict. As so many unfortunate circumstances, you look around the world and you see our differences being the reason why we create strife and we fight and we conflict. But today, we're here for a really great purpose. We're here as a unified force, and we're ridding ourselves of those labels, and we acknowledge that our differences don't have to lead to divide. They can lead to concrete change. They can lead to peace. They can lead to love. They can lead to selfless service, and that's why we're here today. And that was exactly Dr. King's mission. It was not about race. It was about building, based on our different backgrounds, new relationships. And so he said that, the greatest problem here we have in mankind is that we've inherited a world house in which we have no choice but to live together, black and white, Easterner and Westerner, Gentile and Jew, Catholic and Protestant, Muslim and Hindu, because we can never again live apart. We have to somehow learn to live together in peace. And so it's nice to be here today in the Senior Center, this world house that we will add color to and beautify and basically get to know each other better as a result of this effort. And so I want us to just go out and do that. Let's just act, and let's change, and let's do so remembering Martin Luther King's dream of creating these lasting relationships, even among our differences. I have this be our prayer today. I want to just close by asking you all to repeat after me 4 words that we used to close most Hindu prayers. So if you'll just repeat after me. Om.
Om.
Shanti.
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 And that means peace, peace, peace. So let's have a great time today, and I look forward to getting to know all of you.
Thank you so much, Aminta, for those wonderful remarks and reflections. It's really important for us all to grasp the paramount importance of solidarity and really embodying what you talked about in terms of sadhana and putting our faith into action, which is